Hello and welcome to another LEGO set review. This is LEGO Style Set 75205, Mos Eisley Cantina. This is like the third time that this set has been produced. The first one that they did was very simple, still had the yellow skin colors, and everything was just so basic and it doesn't look quite right. For its time it was okay, but looking back at it now, apart from nostalgia, it really isn't that good of a set compared to the other two. I think the second one's quite big. You got a Cantina band, you got like a Banther and a Sand Trooper. Quite a big set. Of course it cost a bit more, but it was quite detailed. And finally we have this one, which is a smaller set. It's got the basic and most important scenes from the movie at a reasonable price. Unfortunately, I just want to say that there are a lot of stickers, especially for this thing here. I mean, look at that. It just before you even look closer, you see all these color lines. Those are all stickers. That's quite annoying. The instructions were quite easy to follow. I was quite pleasant with them. It's pretty good. On the back of the instructions, it will showcase all the figures in this wave and the different sets. A mini poster there of sorts of all the earlier sets, and of course a minifigure parts guide, so those are useful. Before I look at the Cantina, let's focus on this droid first. I think this is like the first time LEGO's officially produced this thing. It's something that floats around in the background in the movie. On the bottom here you can see these little legs there, and in the middle of there there's a transparent piece. I don't think that transparent piece is necessary, but of course it does make the whole thing a bit more sturdy. These sticker details are actually quite nice in their own right. But just think about it, every side you have at least 3 stickers. So that's 12 stickers in total, and lining these up can be a pain. When you're applying these stickers, don't apply them all the way down. Just leave a little bit of edge available to adjust and move them around if you need to. And if you do stick it down, get these sticker backing sheet and slide it underneath, and it should peel the sticker off without doing any damage. Now the problem with these stickers, of course, is that the white plastic is not white enough. It's not as white as the sticker itself, so it makes them stand out even more, and that's frustrating. Like this piece here, that's quite white, but these bricks, they're all slightly yellow, like this thing was old or something. And ironically, that actually makes it look more accurate because, you know, it's on Tatooine. It's like a worn out, poor-ish place, so of course you're gonna have worn out technology that's not quite as what it looks like as its original paint job. So in that sense it looks great, but if you're looking for something that's purely white, LEGO plastic just doesn't do white anymore these days. It's weird. Anyway, in terms of other details of this ship, you can open this up. There's a little cockpit area, and you can set a guy in there if you want to. We have a control panel in there that is printed on, so that's nice, I guess. But yeah, just 2 studs on the back there to make sure the figure doesn't fall out, but he can sit there if he wants to. And there's a stud shooter there, which you can easily remove and make it look more like it should in the movies. Little chunky little thing. I'm okay with this since it's the first time this droid's been produced, but if you ever get any more Cantina sets, this is an easy skip. I'd rather have more of this budget with the Cantina itself and not some random droids that Star Wars fans, hardcore fans are gonna love because this is something in the background, but for most people, even me, I mean I love A New Hope, but I don't really care about this droid too much. So let's move that away. Onto the bar itself. Now this bar is... the layout is a little bit confusing for me. So you got these hinges, great, and the whole idea of these hinges is you think that A, you can move things out the way or fold this thing together till you save space. And you can have this at a 90-degree angle, but because of the way these hinges are positioned, you can't close this up entirely. You can close it a bit, and you can't open this entirely either, like this. So it's more of these hinges don't actually function as like a regular hinge would. They're just sort of there to... and I'll help easy storage as well. Just pull it apart and move it around if you want to. Yeah, not the greatest. It works, I suppose. So you have this one can't open all the way because there's a gimmick underneath, and you see these little tabs there. They let you move the chairs. Like, oh, just you know, Greedo will be like, just Oscar or something like that, and then Han Solo's like, yeah, but you haven't. And Han shoots first. I used to remember his whole line, but I can't remember anymore because it's been a while. And Han Solo also has one of those little switches right there. So if you like the special editions, Han does his little weird digital. Oh, but he doesn't move back down. So actually, Han dies in this situation. Oh well. So let's move these 2 guys out the way. And because of this gimmick, there's no studs on the seats whatsoever. I guess because they don't want the figures to fling out. So okay. We got some little details there. I think they're alright, they're quite nice. Details are good because stuff around there. If you hide this up, this is supposed to be like a glow-in-the-dark piece. It's totally pointless because you're not really going to play with this in the dark, are you? So that's pointless. But if you like glow-in-the-dark pieces, there are more pieces for you there. We have the middle piece here with the gate. As small as it is, they still get some details in there. For example, you got the switch and scanner there for when the people comes in. There's a little hinge outside where you can open the door, so that's good. And oddly enough, it does have, just because of how the way the door's built, it's got a slight step to it, so people can walk down into the cantina, just like they do in the movie. So, okay, kudos there. I like the outside details here. You're mostly not going to see it, but there's some like chimney and some little air conditioning thing going on. So that's cool that the least is there. And when you look at it from the outside, it's not completely silly. Like, it still looks like the entrance to the bar. There's a switch there, the sign, which is a sticker, and some built details there that don't affect the inside. So the design's done a pretty good job. And if you just look at the outer section here, there's a window. And despite some oddities, like these red lines going through, it still roughly looks like what it's supposed to. So it looks like the rest of the building, so it doesn't look too tacky. So that's pretty cool. So I like the little details there. And finally, our last section is this little bar top area, and we finally have our bar guy as a minifigure. So I think this is the first time he's been featured. So let's move him out the way. Yeah, bar's pretty good. Got another screen there, which is the same screen as the inside the machine, whatever. Got some cups there. I like these pipes and designs a lot, and in fact these are very similar to the previous set. So I am thinking if you do have the previous Cantina band, you can probably merge those two sets together. If you don't actually do a rebuild and merge it together, you can still just plonk this next to it and be like, hey, here's another back door or something, and more seats. So yeah, I think this one and the previous set do match. If you do have previous sets, it's interesting if you combine both sets. But as a small tiny build itself, I think it's pretty cool. And despite having all these pipes, it's actually quite sturdy. Look, it's not falling apart at all. That's great. We have 4 figures in the set. We have Han Solo, Greedo, a Sand Trooper, which looks like a commander because he's got this pouch there. I forget what ranks they are. And we have our bartender guy. Hey, we don't like droids in there. Well, no one to say. No, he says, we don't serve your kind here. Oh, C-3PO, you better go. Yeah, let's look at the bartender first because he's like the first. This is like the first time he's appeared in minifigure form. So congratulations, guy, if you're still alive. I think you are. Then you've got a Lego figure now. Next, you're gonna get your Hot Toys figure. So, well, it's got the whole shirt thing does look accurate, I suppose. And the face is okay, just got some messy hair there, and he's got those grey coloured sideburns. So there's some detail here that's unique to this figure. So that's pretty cool. And look at the back, he has a face, hey, get out face. So that's alright, I think he looks quite good. Very simple figure. Hey, I like this little detail there of his shirt poking out his belt. Pretty awesome. So great for such a. It's weird. Lots of Star Wars New Hope characters in the background are still quite iconic. So great figure for this guy. Greedo here. We've had Greedos before, but this one's pretty good. I like the colors of the uniform, and I really like this blue color. It's like oceanic blue color. So I think it looks really great. His only printing on the face is that dark blue area there and some little metallic blue color print there, and it makes the eyes look really nice and quite alive. I think it looks pretty good, but of course, I mean, it's still technically cheating with an alien shaped head, but for Greedo, I think it looks pretty good. That looks nice on the back too, very simple. Han Solo. Now this figure here, when Disney first announced that they were reissuing the Death Star set, a lot of people were like, oh look, there's a bunch of nicer figures that we're not going to get. A, the Death Star set's pretty expensive, and B, for other people, we already have the Death Star. For big Star Wars fans, that's like the must-get set. And there's no reason to get a second Death Star just to update the minifigures. So that kind of sucked, but eventually the newer version of these figures start popping up in different sets, and for example, we've got Luke and Obi-Wan and all that, and now we have a newer version of Han Solo in a very relatively cheap set with his newer hairstyle, so that's good. The torso print is pretty awesome. It's a bit faded. Again, Lego doesn't use enough white paint, so the yellows and stuff just look faded on this black plastic. That really sucks. The design is nice, but it's hard to see because they didn't print it properly. And again, bootlegs and knockoffs, they print it more properly than Lego. They actually use more white paint as a layer, so I don't know why Lego does that, seriously. Well, at least the belt and silver there looks really good, so pay attention to his crotch area, because that's like the best printed part. There's a annoyed face and a happy face. Of course, it's like, hey, this old guy and this kid are gonna pay us a lot of money to ship them somewhere and whatever. The back's just standard uniform. And we have the Sand Trooper here. You can never have too many Stormtroopers or Stormtrooper variants, so having another Sand Trooper here is pretty awesome. Like this cape piece, it's a harder cloth, like the older days of Lego. And it's pretty much just a standard Stormtrooper print these days with all the sand and dirt printed over it. And of course this little like pouch thing, it's an ammo clip. The helmet also looks really good with this dirt on it. But the dirt's only on the front, so it looks clean on the back, and there's still no paint details on these areas. It should be like dark grey or black on there, but they still don't have that. So only printing on the front, and I mean, it's printed nice and printed well, but you just wish there was a bit more dirt on the back as well. Lifting the helmet, of course, we have a standard trooper face, whatever. Let's just remove that for now, because he does have a backpack thingy, and that's very Sand Trooper-like. Of course, you can change it around. Looking at the back there, for the most part, this is going to be hidden because of that backpack, but the Stormtrooper design on the back is also dirtied up for the Sand Trooper variant. But that does leave us with the arms and the back of the legs, side of the legs that aren't dirtied. So as nice as this figure is, there's still so much stuff that's still lacking that, once again, bootleg companies have been doing. I think it's like a budget reason. It must be. You couldn't dirty the back of this figure a bit more, Lego? Come on, you guys have side leg printings all the time. Those of you who have seen my channel for a while, you know I prefer scenery sets over vehicle sets, so I quite like this a lot. I think it's a good size, it's affordable, and you can still get the iconic scenes from New Hope in here quite nicely. This is similar to the Echo Base Medical Chamber, Yoda's Hut, though those are quite nice sets as well that I also enjoy a lot. Now, honestly, I do think that the second version, like the previous version, the bigger version, is the nicest set, and back then I would have loved to pick it up if I had the money, but I didn't. So this is like a nice consolation prize. It's slightly smaller, but yeah, that one just looks so much better because it's got a Cantina band, and we don't have that here, and the Cantina band is also quite iconic in its own right. Maybe Lego can release a standalone Cantina band at some point? However, if you think this set is a bit too small, seeing as how affordable it is, it does look like you can easily just pick up a second set of these and just combine together. Maybe if you don't need that many figures, you sell off the extra figures and make it even cheaper. For the price that this is going for, it's a little bit more on the expensive side. I got this for 430 Hong Kong dollars. That's a little bit more than I think it should be asking for the size of it. I think, for example, the 270 for the Echo Base is much nicer. So personally, I would remove this Droid and just have this and make it like 100 Hong Kong dollars cheaper. I think that would be much better because apart from die-hard fans of the movie, I don't think that many people care about this droid or this spacecraft or whatever it's meant to be. I think more people, if they're going to buy this set, are going to care about this part. So maybe just use this for spare parts if you do decide to buy a second set, and just to extend this and see how that goes. Enjoy this video or found it useful, you know what to do. Click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, the like button, and leave a comment below how you feel about this set and any of the other smaller location sets. I enjoy them so much. As always, you can support this channel by sharing this video with other people, turning out block off while watching the video, or heading over to Patreon and supporting it that way. At the end of the day, take care, have a nice day, I'll see you guys soon, and may the force be with you.